Biggity Baltazar's official, unofficial fan club. We also want to advertise for Eagle Chickadee Chess. The game we are witnessing right now comes from Eagle Chess. The biggity best to see Eagle. Eagle Chickadee Chess, he can fly biggity backwards, so he's so good at Chickadee Chess that he can fly biggity backwards. Ladies and jiggly gentlemen, over here in the Wiki White is going to be Chicky Thomas Wilson Barnes. The English, he's from England. Over there across the ocean in Liggity London. Making those way across the ocean from New Orleans. It's Paul Morphy. He talks so slow, but the ladies love to watch him go on in such a slow southern fashion. He's from New Orleans. Kind of sounds like Gambit, I would have to imagine, from the X-Men comic book. Meanwhile, Paul Morphy is going all the way over to Liggity London and smells the stinky 1858. Boy, that river just stunk so biggity bad they had to get some new diggity drainage there, so the next year was not quite so stinky, ladies and jiggly. Stinky Liggity London over there. Paul Morphy from New Orleans. The levees, he says, we put up levees to keep out the stinky. Paul Morphy in New Orleans, but the mosquitoes get you over there in New Orleans. They're so biggity big, the crocodiles get their biggity blood sucked out of them by the mosquitoes. The crocodiles and alligators biggity run and cry crocodile tears in fear of the mosquitoes down there. Meanwhile, Thomas Wilson biggity Barnes, so used to the stinky river. The Stinky River Thames or whatever Stinky River, but they had some new irrigation there, so they didn't have to worry about the Stinky River of 1858. Ernie Biggity Baltazar's got his 69th Biggity birthday bonanza coming up here. Remember, in December, it's going to be the 69th Biggity birthday bonanza for Ernie Biggity Baltazar, Biggity Man from Manila, super diggity duper awesome cool guy. So in the Wiki White, making the first King's Pawn game Biggity move is Thomas Wilson Biggity Barnes versus Paul Morphy from New Orleans. You did? Oh yeah, to New Orleans. That's the biggity. You might as well not go over there across the biggity bridges. They got like biggity bridges that go across swamp for like 32 biggity miles across the biggity bayou. You can't even see nothing. One side of the biggity bridge is just bayou. Other side of the biggity bridge is just bayou, and the bridge just goes on and on. You can't see the other side, and the coppers pull over everybody, get all their speeding tickets because they know they can get all the tickety tickets over there and charge them diggity double because it's always construction. Anyway, chicky, super diggity duper awesome. It wasn't me biggity pulled over, but some people, they can't, they gotta go, vroom, vroom, so they get pulled over. Just like Eagle Chickadee Chess, he flies biggity backwards, he breaks the speeding limit flying biggity backwards. He's so fast at flying, he's so good at Chickadee Chess. Anyway, biggity back to the super biggity best. It's like 3 minutes and we still haven't started the game. I've done this entrance 2 tickety times because the diggity dog kept on biggity barking, so I had to go kick him in the biggity butt. Anyway, that's what's up. Here we see in the Wiki White is who? Chicky Thomas Wilson Biggity Barnes already did that, and then Paul Morphy or whatever his name is in the Biggity Black. What's his counterattack gonna be? Biggity Black from New Orleans, the chess protege. Hey, chicky chess protege. This guy is so incredibly cray cuckoo at chickadee chess. It's a Victor Verisov attack. Wowzer from the English man, and then he goes straight towards the wowzer, pow, right in the kisser. But here's the counterattack from Biggity Black, and he's gonna walk on by and Biggity scare that riggedy horse on the righty, spook the horse. He spooked the horse. Of course, the horse hops to hop around. He's all spooked. Chicky, wowzers, holy cowzers. Here's a chicky, wowzers, holy cowzers. Here's the biggity backup of that biggity bishop. And look at this, ladies and jiggly. We haven't seen this actually. So the biggity bishop's gonna piggity pounce a diggity double up the biggity pawns here. Wowzers, holy cowzers. New Orleans versus the English chap. Go over here. You're gonna meet up against the English chickadee chap. He's the English chickadee chap. He's a super diggity duper. He's got gaps in all his teeth from getting boxed over and knocked over in the chickadee chest, like a bishop stuck out of his meaty mouth after one explosive game. Wowzers, he's ready to biggity box you, Mr. New Orleans biggity protege. You're in a whole world away, but here we can see biggity protege. He's got his rook developed now. Wowzers, holy cowzers, I like the biggity position. He's looking pretty dang good. He's gonna use that position right away. Bring that rook on out, and then bring the rook to an attacking position. Super attacking position. This is New Orleans. Orleans. He distracts you with the 1-2 knockout. Talking is just so smooth. All the ladies just sit there and swoon whenever he comes into the room because he's got the New Orleans diggity draw. Wow, that's just so incredibly cuckoo. Is incredibly tiggity. I can liggity listen to him tiggity talk all day and not pay one attention to the chickadee chess game. Holy cannoli, he just beat me with his 2 biggity bishops. He got 2 biggity bishops versus my. Of course he doesn't have any horse. He doesn't need a horse. He's over there in the biggity bayou. You can't ride a horse to the biggity bayou. Biggity bayou. You can't ride a horse to the biggity bayou. You can't ride a biggity bayou horse. They got meaty Mardi Gras. Of course, they got meaty Mardi Gras. The horses went off to meaty Mardi Gras. He left with only the religious folks, the jiggity biggity bishops. All the horses are over at meaty Mardi Gras. But the king, he's like, I want to make the scene, but I can't. I'm hiding in my super diggity duper little castle I built right here in the biggity bayou. Holy cannoli. Chicky, just biggity blitz style. Here comes the English biggity man trying to penetrate the super diggity duper house biggity boat he got in the biggity bayou, but you can't get over there. You can hop on each crocodile head. You won't get too far because the mosquitoes will suck your biggity blood. Diggity dry, ladies and jiggly. Here's the queen exchange on diggity. Queen exchange on diggity down. He just took the queens on diggity down. It was a night on the tiggity town for those 2 queens. I just dance on riggity round over here in the Mardi Gras biggity bead, ladies and jiggly, boys and giggly, biggity Mardi Gras. There's a party over here. They just went over to the biggity party, and now it's just left with a couple riggity rooks and a biggity bishop. No fun at all. It says I don't hanging out with the biggity rocks and a biggity White Sox, chiggity White Sox hat over there. Biggity bishop, just no fun. It's like hanging out with a rock. Oh my gosh, ladies and jiggly, who's up a biggity piggity pond? It's now biggity black. He's up a piggity pond, but he's down a riggity rook. Oh no, that's no go. That's no good for biggity black, as wiki white, the English folk over there, just gonna pounce with his diggity doubled up riggity rooks on that attack, and then he's gonna even it on up. So quick is even on up, ladies and jiggly gentlemen, boys and giggly, but unevens it again. OMG, unevens it again, and offers a tickety trade, but then he unevens it again. So now we got a biggity bishop and 2 biggity pawns for a riggity rook. That's pretty close, but not really. Actually, 2 rooks are so incredibly cuckoo cray, and we can see that chickadee check is way out cheeky, but the knight's not gonna take it lying down. He's going forward. He's gonna piggity push. He's gonna push on forward, and now the king's gonna slip right through the offensive defensive liggity lines. Lowzers, holy cowsers, slipped on biggity by. They thought they was one of his guys. He's like, hey there. He says, I'm one of you guys. I'll just sneak on, scooch on biggity by. Can I squeeze on biggity by? There's a rook chasing me, and they're like, okay, we'll do that, ladies and jiggly gentlemen. But what happened in the giggly game? Who won? What? The Paul Morphy? What? The guy with only 1 riggedy rook? What? That's all it tiggity took? 1 riggedy rook? Wowzers! Holy cowsers! Chess, tiggity national tiggity treasure, chess, tiggity protege, Paul Miggity Morphy from New Orleans. Holy cannoli versus Wilson Thomas Biggity Barnes. It was a Miggity massacre. How was your tiggity trip to Stinky London 1858? How was your trip to Stinky London 1858? Well, I gave a guy a biggity black lip with 1 rook. Holy cannoli, it was so incredibly cuckoo. I was incredibly awesome. You should smell it over there. Smell you later, London. Chicky chess biggity brought to you biggity bar by Ernie Biggity Balthazar 68th biggity birthday bonanza. Biggity birthday bonanza. Chicky chess.